and welcome to BTV's morning show, coming to you from Vita Spa, located at Lamontan Resort in Ballito. I'm Mandy Rootman, your anchor on this morning show. Thank you to our wonderful partners, Pooza Water, Performance Coffee, and Salt Rock Coffee for keeping us hydrated. We kick things off with the important stuff, the weather and surf report, before heading over to our daily inspiration with Tony Subramony.
Good morning and welcome to the weather for today, brought to you by Ballito Gas and Braai. In Ballito, we have a day full of sunshine and will be humid as well, with a high of 29 and a low of 22. The real feel will be 34 and the real feel shade 30. We have a southerly wind at 9 kilometers per hour and a wind gust at 24 kilometers per hour. Also, just 1% chance of showers today. The sunrise was at 6:05 a.m. and the sunset will be at 5:55 p.m. Pretoria today is pleasant with plenty of sun and a high of 27 and a low of 14. Joburg mostly sunny and nice with a high of 25 and a low of 13. And then Cape Town, sunny and some clouds with a high of 19 and a low of 13. Next up will be your surf report, brought to you by T19 Stationers and Deon Bosman from Victory Surf.
Good morning, Ballito, and welcome to a really crisp Wednesday morning, and light offshore breezes greet us this morning and a straight easterly swell. So lots and lots of surf around, nice big peaks at the main beach and at the bog, and definitely much bigger than what we expected. A solid 4 or 5 feet out there, and easterly swell direction, so lots and lots of lefts. And the little right-handers are quite hollow, but when the wind comes through, it's going to get a little bit messy. So get in the water while it's still very, very light westerly before lunch, and then you're definitely going to get some good waves. Enjoy your Wednesday. We've got a couple of good days of surf ahead. So for the next 4 or 5 days, pace yourself. It's going to be a cracker.
And we're back with our daily inspiration. Welcome, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm good, Mandy. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good to have you in that seat this morning.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been.
Yes. Yeah. Tony, today we're going to be chatting about something slightly different to the norm. And it's about why not to ask our children what they are going to be when they are grown up.
Yes. It's a very unusual question and a very unusual topic to bring up. But it's something that really resonated with me very recently, because all the while I've been also guilty of asking young children, what would you like to be when you grow up?
Correct, we all do it.
And we're all guilty of it, you know, and it's happened because I've been in child and youth care for many years. I'm also guilty of having asked that question. But today I want to impress upon the fact that we should not be asking children what they want to do when they grow up. Because, Mandy, what happens is it stifles them. It creates this limited identity in children. Very often you ask children, and I'm not running any of the occupations or careers that kids talk about, but when you ask a child, most often he inadvertently says, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. So what's happening is that we're now training him to focus on his career rather than his identity. Right? And also when he's amongst other children in the class and he says, I want to be a postman, or I want to be, people tend to laugh and kind
look
of
down.
Yes,
correct.
Yeah. Then on the other hand, we have children that says, I want to be a scientist, I want to be an astronaut, and then others are looking and saying, wow, you know, I don't even know what that is, and how am I ever going? So there's a lot of comparison, there's a lot of competition, which is unhealthy. It's more hurtful than helpful.
Yeah, it's almost like setting a lot of them up for failure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what we're doing is we're putting them in a little box and saying, you just have to focus on your career and not to worry about who you are and what's your purpose in life.
Correct.
And what's your identity. So the way we have to look at it, Mandy, is to ask open-ended questions to children, right? What are you grateful for? What have you learned that you can teach someone else that they can become good at? right? What were some of the most difficult situations you faced, and what lessons has that taught you? Right?
Correct.
And also, it asks children these questions around their own identity. Who are you? You know, how would you describe yourself? If you had to go back 3 years in your life, what message would you give yourself? And stuff like that. So when you're asking open-ended questions, you're now creating this variance in children, and you're looking at a broader spectrum of what you can do, rather than just focusing on what you think you can do.
And the reality is, as children get older, what they originally
Yes.
thought they wanted to do
Yeah.
because of life lessons
Yes.
that they've learned along their path. I mean, I know lots of people who, even in their adult years, change careers.
Yes.
Because we all evolve and
Yes.
we all grow, and
Yes.
life's lessons
Absolutely.
play a huge part.
Yeah. You're quite right, Mandy, because from the time you ask the child that question to the time that he actually gets into the open labor market, there's life that time has gone through and changes have taken place. How many of us have become disillusioned because we had hopes and dreams of becoming certain, following us, and we're not able to achieve it, either because our parents couldn't afford to send us to university or to pursue in that career? I want to be a radiologist. Right? And I've ended up as a social worker. Nothing wrong with that. But then again, kids look at it and compare and say, oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm so disillusioned. I'm so frustrated that I didn't pursue what I was supposed to. And that creates this disappointment in life so often. And what are we teaching youth? That life is all about a series of disappointments and disillusions, and there's nothing that can come of it. So today I want to encourage the viewers to refrain from asking young children, what do you want to do when you grow up? It's as though from now till then, there's no life.
Change the manner in which we ask the question.
Yes. Ask more open-ended questions, so you're giving children a variety to be creative and to be more intensely looking at who you are and what is your identity evolving to. And when you ask children, how would you change this world? What can you do to change this world? Right? That's such a wonderful question to look at how this creativity starts to come through. The other question we can ask is that, what can you do today to help someone else? Right?
Instill that in from an early age.
From an early age.
Correct.
Those are the qualities that will eventually determine the personality and the identity of this person as an adult, rather than having to just focus on career and what you want to do in life, and set them up more often for disappointment than success.
Wonderful advice. Thank you so much, Tony. It's been a pleasure seeing you again. And to our viewers, make notes of what Tony has said today, and let's let our young people grow and become who they want at the end of the day. See you after the break. And we're back with our popular weekly slot with Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park. Welcome, Neville. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Mandy. Yourself?
Good, thank you. We're talking about snake eyes this morning and some unique features that people may not be aware of in other reptiles and snakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that give clues to what the animal is all about.
Yes.
And if you just know how to read that, you can take a reptile or a snake and put it right out of the category you thought it was in.
Okay,
And so, no,
interesting.
it can't be this because of that or that or that.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I'd just like to elaborate a bit on that. And also just eyes. Eyes are extremely interesting organs and features.
And I believe snake eyes are just not eyes.
No, they're perfectly functional. There's a lot of speculation about exactly what snakes can see. And right from the beginning I said, yeah, my thought train has been that God didn't create all these colors on earth and then decide that only snakes can see, or snakes can only see this, and other animals can only see that, and humans are privileged, they can see everything.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
And so on. But that's not how it works. You know, the scientists will go according to the rods and cones in the eyes, and they will say, all right, they can see this spectrum of light and that spectrum of light and so on. But at the end of the day, the eye is a information collecting organ. So it collects information. That information is then transported to the brain. And I'm yet to meet the scientists that can actually definitively say, this is how the brain deciphers what the eye has seen.
Okay.
There's a difference. There's been some experimentation done now, and they found that certain species of snakes and other reptiles can see spectrums of UV light that we as humans aren't even aware exists.
Well, that's interesting.
So there's a lot more to eyes than meets the eye.
Yes, exactly.
When you look at reptiles and you see that they've got very reduced eyes, it gives a clue as to that they're probably subterranean, and they live a subterranean existence like moles.
Okay.
Moles have got eyes, but they very pinched shut.
Yes.
And
Narrow.
very narrow. And they're not functional when they go underground, but when they come to the surface, they can open them a bit, they can see a bit. With snakes, exactly the same thing. You don't need huge eyes if you're living under the ground. You're using
correct.
other senses to collect the information that's required. And we find that nocturnal snakes have got big eyes because they need to gather as much light as possible. But then the boomslang is also a snake with large eyes. And, you know, so there's a bit of a controversy
About that
about
one.
that one. Snakes with elliptical pupils. Mostly those will be nocturnal snakes. So the pupil can open up completely and it's actually round at night. As soon as you bring any light to it, then it goes elliptical again, because that's what allows the amount of light into the eye. But some have got horizontal elliptical pupils and others vertical. Now, why would that be? Well, the elliptical pupil has got a very good spectrum of peripheral vision. And if you're a snake on the ground, your threat's coming from up there.
Correct.
So you need
to be able to
a
look up.
vertical pupil that will allow a lot of light in like this, but your peripheral will always be upward to warn you of any danger coming from the top down. And those snakes in trees will generally have a horizontal one. They need to have a good peripheral
all around
them,
correct.
and not so much from
Above.
above and or below.
Wow, that's incredibly interesting.
Yeah, and then snakes with glossy scales, very shiny, glossy, very smooth looking scales, will also be subterranean. Generally, snakes with coarse scales will be relying on those coarse scales for grip on things next to them. So, as in the case of adders, it'll be in rocky areas where they need to grip on a rock to sort of get up a face or something like that.
Right.
And with tree snakes, in order to climb well. they'll need that. So there's all these little clues that you can just pick up on. Snakes with keeled scales, the rough scales, they will have a matte finish, they won't have a gloss finish.
Wow, incredibly interesting. And through the eyes of a snake, just maybe explain a little bit further, and it's not necessarily about snakes. Red eyes have always fascinated me in the wild and the bush.
Well, red eyes, are you talking about a red eye reflection, if you shine a light on it? Because that's different to having a red eye.
Yes.
But a red eye is generally indicative of an albino gene.
Okay.
And there's a number of albino genes, and some of them don't actually have the red eye that you see with your domestic rat.
Correct.
You know, your lab rat or so on, or bunnies, white bunnies, and so on. And then you see a lot of blue eyes, which tend to show the leucistic rather than albino.
Okay.
And so the genetics is, that is a minefield all on its own.
On its own, okay.
All on its own.
So we'll have to have a separate program all about the red eyes and the blue eyes.
Yeah. But if you're looking at a red eye reflection, it will tell you that that animal can see in the dark, but not as well as that with a brighter or green reflection.
Okay. Wow, incredibly interesting, Neville. Thank you so much. Always insightful, and we look forward to having you back again next week.
Super.
We're going into a short ad break, and when we're back, I'll be chatting to Savita from Vita Spas. See you shortly.
By Vita Gas en Braai fokus ons op ons kliënte. Vriendelike en doeltreffende diens is wat ons anders maak. Ons werk as 'n span met integriteit en deursigtigheid. Hier bied ons kliënte 'n onvergeetlike ervaring en werk ons met die beste belang van ons kliënt. Ons lewer nie net produkte aan ons kliënte nie, ons lewer ook 'n volledige diens, insluitend onderdele en tegniese ondersteuning.
Welcome back. As mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're coming to you live from Vita Spa here at Munnik Resort in Ballito. Welcome, Savita. Great to have you on the show, and thank you for your team's hospitality. It's just amazing being in this beautiful surrounding.
Thank you for having us. We're very excited to spend the morning with you, Mandy.
Savita, explain how you got into the industry and how long Vita Spa has been around.
Okay, so we've been around since 2002. We operated as a business called Cellulitology, and what we did was we specialized in the removal of excess centimeters and cellulite on the body.
Oh, wow.
Now, all our cellulitologists or therapists were qualified somatologists, and what we had noticed was all customers coming through to get their slimming and body treatments done would rush off to go get their beauty treatments done. And so that was an opportunity for us to introduce beauty into the business. 4 years down the line, we changed our name to Cellu Beauty, where we would do both the body and your beauty needs. Trying to perfect the business and get it to the level as to where we wanted to. Eventually, we ended up renaming, rebranding the business to Vita Spas. So yes, we're around for 20 years now.
Wow, congratulations. That's
Thank
phenomenal. And how many spas do you have in total at the moment?
We have 24 spas, all based in hotel and resort environment.
Okay, and here in Ballito, there's obviously the one we're in today, which is at Lamontan Resort, but you've also got another one.
That's correct. We're at Sharka's Rock Chalets, which is literally a 2-minute drive up the road. And then from there, you have to go down towards Umdloti, Durban, and then we're in the Drakensberg, Cape Town, Johannesburg, the Midlands, all around, scattered throughout South Africa.
It's wonderful, an incredibly strong brand.
Yes, it is.
And the spa that we're in today, what are the features of the spa? What can visitors from the area expect to receive when they come?
Okay, perfect. So what we have is we've got 3 couples treatment rooms. We've got a beautiful manicure and nail station. We have a sunbed, a jacuzzi, a sauna, and a beautiful relax lounge.
Well, I can't wait to experience all of these. And something else exciting, you've got a wonderful special to offer to our viewers and
Absolutely.
to people visiting. Share that with us.
So for the month of April, we have a special, which is 999 Rand for 2 people.
Wow.
So it's a couple special, but you don't really have to come with a partner or a spouse. It could be girlfriends, mom and daughter, any 2 people, 999 Rand. For that, you receive a welcome drink, which includes coffees, teas, alcoholic or non-alcoholic cocktails, a glass of wine. You get a de-stress back massage, a foot file, a foot exfoliation, a soothing foot massage, and use of the hydro facilities.
Wow, that is an incredible special. I think I'm going to be booking one of those.
That would be great.
But there's going to be a fight about who's coming with me, I can see. How can viewers get in touch with you? You've got an online booking system, I know, through your website. So what's the best way for people to be able to book and find out more info?
Okay, so we have live chat on our website. It's www.lavitaspas.com. And we have lots of WhatsApp lines available. Give you a number offhand, 083 776 4191. You drop us a WhatsApp and we'll assist you with the branch closest to you and be able to send you the specials, answer all your questions online for you as well.
Wonderful. Anything else that you want to share with our viewers? Any new spas opening? Any changes happening?
Okay, so no new spas currently. We have a few in the pipeline, but nothing signed off. We're busy doing huge revamps and renovations to a lot of our branches as well. And April is a busy month because you have your school holidays, Easter, and all of it. But come May, we're going to have some amazing Mother's Day specials. So keep following us on Facebook, Instagram, all your social media handles, and you'd be able to see all our specials that go up on a weekly basis.
Wonderful. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you, and I can't wait to spend more time in this beautiful spa. Thank you so
as
much.
well. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you to you and your team.
We're cutting to a short ad break, and then I am back to chat to JC from Tina Cowley Reading Centre in Salt Rock. See you shortly.
Freshly ground, not capsuled. coffee pleasure from Europe.
You like it? Water paint. You like queuing to pay electricity? Don't think so. Water paint.
Wait, so I can use it?
Even if I'm on another network.
Vodapay.
Off to do the monthly
Shopping. It's done.
Really? Yeah, Coco.
And we get rewards.
You like sending and receiving money now? How about when the combos communicate?
Vodapay it. You like good times with friends? Vodapay!
Introducing Vodapay, the one app for anything and everything. Like it, Vodapay it.
And we're back, and we're going to be chatting about all things reading and much more with JC from Tina Cowley Reading Centre in Salt Rock. Welcome, JC.
Hi, Mandy.
So, Tina Cowley Reading Centre is opening up in Salt Rock. When are we opening?
Good morning, I'm JC Menge. I'm from Tina Cowley Salt Rock at Kiro School, and we're opening in April very soon.
Excellent,
Yes.
Nice and exciting. And JC, you a very experienced teacher. Tell us a bit about your background.
Yes, I'm a fully qualified teacher with 30 years teaching experience. I've got my bachelor's degree in education, cum laude, from the University of Pretoria.
Excellent. And what led you to wanting to open a Tina Cowley Reading Centre? Because it's quite a strong brand.
Yes.
But we don't have one in Belita. I think a couple of years ago we might have had one.
Yes,
so I think a lot of parents are going to be very excited that you're reopening and that you're going to be running this.
Definitely my passion and dedication to helping children. That will be my absolute pleasure in assisting and helping and guiding children through a thing like reading, especially after COVID.
So the grade 3s really took the brunt of COVID and not being able to be in a classroom situation where they could work with the teacher. What advice do you have to those parents on what they've got to do, and also teachers?
Yes, because the education or the reading basic skills stalled when maybe those children were in grade 1 and now they're in grade 3, so definitely there's a difficulty in reading and to read with comprehension and understanding. Maybe if a child suffers from short concentration, battles to study with a workload, with accuracy to comprehend, to understand, to copy and work from the blackboard to your book, we all address all those basic skills that's efficient for reading. Yes, definitely.
And a lot of people maybe don't have the proper understanding of Tina Cowley Reading Centres, because it's not just about reading.
No.
Maybe just run through the services and lessons offered that people can expect when visiting you.
Yes, we start from grade R to grade 12. Even illiterate adults or handicapped people we can help. We do a scientific evaluation test, and then we know what problems to be addressed. And from there on we work. So we do a normal evaluation test on a reading skill and computer. Then we work from that, and after that we discuss the results with the parents, and therefore we know the therapy we have to apply. Is it 45 minutes to 1.5 hours per week? We do the therapy lessons, and after each term we hand out a report to the parents, and we do from memory methods to computer skills, but we have a special patented and invented keyboard. So reading can be to identify the letters and the numbers. It's fivefold easier to read, and because it's a special keyboard, it's not a usual keyboard that children use. So no, it's great fun, but it's also after you have done the course of reading, we go on, when you have the tool of life, that's reading, we move on to the next step, and that's study courses we do. So we don't only do reading, we do study courses, we do handle therapy, we do eye kinetics, we do brain dominance. That's especially important for sport teams or whatever, or parenting skills, the right or left brain dominance for parents and children, yes.
I want to touch on the sporting side. How does that work? How would you work with, say, a soccer coach or a cricket coach or a rugby coach?
Yes, definitely, because a child or any person is either left brain or right brain dominant. So, and that influences the way you think, the way you learn, the way you play sports. It affects everything of your daily activities. Yes. So it's not just, Tina Cowley is not just for reading. It is for a vast number of things a child needs to have efficient reading, efficient studying, anything. So it's not just reading we are doing, no.
And business people, I know you and I have chatted before about how you help academics and people in their own businesses.
Definitely, and the average first-year student now at university, their reading ability is on a grade 6 level.
Goodness me.
Yes, the average reading ability of a first-year student. So we do adults that want to improve their numbers or letter efficiency. It's not only for kids. So we start from the ages of 5 and it's up till adults, yes.
And preschoolers, I know you said, yeah, it's also important to get your preschooler ready for school.
Absolutely, to get the basic perceptual skills, the auditory, the eye kinetics, to recognize the alphabet. So we start from grade R, from the age of 5, to get that in place, to the basic perception skills. And that makes reading so much easier in grade 1.
100%.
Once that building and the building blocks are in place for reading, it makes reading so much easier. Yeah.
And so many people, I mean, would think that isn't a teacher meant to be doing these things at school? And I think that's something that we do need to talk about, because you are just adding further value to what a teacher already does.
Yes.
But a teacher with a busy class of children may not have that particular time to spend with that child. So you're a teacher's friend in essence.
Definitely. Not all children learn to read at the same pace. And that you have to understand. Each child is unique in grasping the concept to read. So sometimes a child falls behind in a class situation for not grasping the basic reading skills concepts so quick. And then that child is, maybe they say, this is a naughty child, or is not willing to work, but the child doesn't grasp the basic concept of reading. So we give them a step-by-step help and guide, and we do our evaluation systematically, and we walk according to combining all our microsystems to work together as a macro system. So learning to read will be set in place. And once that's in place, a child only has a pleasure in school, and school will not be so difficult for a child.
Wonderful. How can people get in touch with you?
I'm available on all the social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and they can contact me anytime, and I'm available from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5 at Kuro School in Salt Rock.
And it doesn't mean just because that you're at Kuro Salt Rock that other teachers and schools can also get in touch with you, and visitors from those schools are welcome where you are.
We are open to all children, to all adults who want to improve their reading. So we are next to the pool at Kuro School, and all school children from all other schools are welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, JC, for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, Mandy.
And all the success on the opening of your centre.
I hope so. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
We're off to an ad break, followed by an interview with Sharon Sinclair from Chandramala.
Hi. I am Singh, professional and ticketed engineer, proud father of 2 and a devoted husband. After qualifying with a BSc in mechanical engineering, I have accumulated a wealth of experience in pulp and paper, cement, and the chemical industry. I acquired my experience in blue chip companies, which has made me accustomed to the highest international standards in industry. However, it has also highlighted the lack of technical competency, limited responsibility and accountability, and a major lack of drive in organizations. My vision and passion is to create a team that transforms operations to new levels, which led to the creation of strategics engineering. We have delivered projects from tackling the technical design, managing installation, all the way to commissioning the entire system. Our skill set gives us the added advantage of being able to handle turnkey projects while having professional engineers leading each of your project phases. We have improved the mechanical and electrical reliability in operations using our strong knowledge and experience in maintenance management. In asset-dependent plants, this alone has a major impact across all KPIs. I've handpicked a team who will extract the highest potential of your operation. We use a very simple model that is based on discipline, responsibility, and technical competency. It's somewhat old school, but packaged in a constructive and purposeful way, operating on standards, procedures, and processes. It's a recipe that brings results. Avoid the overwhelm of technical challenges and focus more on the core operating deliverables. Whilst we do the engineering for you, we take the challenge and implement sustainable solutions. Our communication style, technical expertise, and understanding of the diverse cultures bridge the disjoints between high-level strategy and the quality of understanding and implementation on the operating floor. We do project management, mechanical and process design, maintenance management, and turnkey solutions. Call us today to book your free strategy session.
Welcome back to our GMNC show. With me in studio this morning, I have Sharon Sinclair from Chandramala. Sharon, good morning.
Hi, Taryn. How are you?
I'm well, and you? It's so good having you back.
Oh, always excited to be back on Ballita TV.
Well, I love all your topics and everything you've got to teach us about. Sharon, so I know previously we touched on the retreat that you previously had, and I know you've got one coming up now. Tell us, what does this retreat entail?
Well, Taryn, this retreat is going to be very different because we had such a wonderful experience with the Goddess Retreat. We decided to create a collaborative retreat over 2 days now in May. And what we got to realize with the Goddess Retreat was how much deeper work is needed and the need for people to share their experiences and the greater need for healing and transformation. And so I always say healing, another word for healing is personal development work. And so it's really exciting. We've collaborated with 10 other facilitators, and so that makes it really dynamic and very impactful. And I think our intention for this 2-day retreat in May is to give people the most optimal experience of transformation and impact and value. And so, trust me, it's going to be mind-blowing.
It sounds absolutely mind-blowing. So, with me as well, I've got Nikki here that will be joining with the retreat, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
So Nikki, tell me a bit about your involvement within the retreat that's coming up in May.
In this retreat in May, I'll be doing a section called Conscious Flow. So I have been working with energy for a very long time, but I found my grounding now is moving energy through dance movement. And it's very structured as well. I found a lot of women were struggling with 4 elements in their lives. So I've made a beautiful structure around truth, boundaries, illumination, and then transformation or expansion in the body to receive, and yes, just creates a joyous experience. Everybody loves to dance, we don't do it enough. So it's one of my favorite things to do, and that's the way I'm going to contribute to the retreat and make it really juicy as possible as well.
It sounds fabulous. And I mean,
Yes.
I really like the 4 sections that you said that you're going to concentrate on, the 4 aspects that as a woman really battle with. I mean,
Yes.
what a wonderful way to come and learn how to get over those little obstacles through the retreat and through motion and movement.
Absolutely.
And how can they get hold of you, Sharon? Where are we advertising? Is it on social media? Are there costs involved? For those that don't know, what does it entail?
Right. So I think the start is we will be advertising on Facebook under Sharon, Sinclair, and also Chandramala. We will try and get it out to as many means of social media as possible. And then obviously the network and all the collaborators will also send it out on their various groups, etc. The cost at the moment, we're still busy finalizing the cost, and the dates will definitely be anything from the 7th of May through to the 20th of May. It will be one of those 2 weekends. We will finalize that probably within the next week and then start sending that out. But it's going to be so amazing because we've got sound healing, we've got conscious breath work, we've even got some little organites that people can place in their homes or they could actually wear.
Yes.
I actually got 2 organites for my dogs to help them with the thunder and the lightning, etc. as well.
We spoke about that off air a while back as well. I told you my scenario with my dog and you said that's what I should get.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So the organites will be available there, and they are the most gorgeous little, cute little bone figurines that my doggies now wear. So they will be there as well. And we'll also have kahuna massage, we'll have hot stone treatments, and some wonderful metamorphosis, which works for the spine. So we're having a very, it's a deluxe, very transformational and life-changing 2 days retreat.
Sharon, that sounds absolutely phenomenal. I mean, this is obviously open to men and women, but tell me, what is the number restriction? Is it first come, first serve, or how many people can take part in the retreats?
Well, I think it's always going to be first come, first serve, but we got to close it off at 20 people because the type of work that Nikki, myself, and all the other facilitators are creating and facilitating is very deep. And so we can't spread it too broad, and we've got to give everybody the personal attention through the transformation. And so we've got to cut it off at a maximum of 20 people, but first come, first serve. And what we've also discussed as well is that we're not going to have something like this again.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is going to be
quite exclusive.
It's a unique, exclusive, once-off 2-day retreat. And so the retreats thereafter are going to be with maybe 1 or 2 facilitators.
Okay, so the whole collective won't be there ever again for us to use.
And this is why it's going to be one of those mind-blowing, life-changing 2-day retreats in KZN.
It sounds fantastic. I wish I could be there. Well, I mean, please send me the invite.
I'm going to send you the invite.
Come and be there. But I do know the effect thereof and the effect that it has on individuals that partake, and the coolness, the calmness, the positivity, your vibrations, your energies, everything that you experience there is just next level, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think also with Nikki's work, working a lot with the goddess and the feminine energy, I saw with the goddess retreat what a change it actually made to women. It actually made a change for me because I don't dance and I'm a lot more masculine.
Yeah, I'm the same with that respect. I'm kind of like a little stick man. I just stand there. Yeah.
And I found that just doing that for a half an hour, what a difference it actually made on how I felt about myself. And so I just said we got to include that element into the retreats for women particularly. Yeah. But let's not exclude men.
Of course.
Let's not exclude men. But I do sense that we'll have a lot more women participating initially.
Yes. Well, let's hope those men jump on board, because you know what, they need it just as much as what we do at the end of the day. They've got a bit more self-pride, haven't they?
Absolutely.
They just need to take that extra leap of faith.
Absolutely.
Out there.
It will actually help them to have more harmonious and more loving relationships with their partners.
Well, there you have it, guys. Listening out there, please. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, literally. I mean, it's a big collaboration of 10 individuals, and the benefits out of this is just mind-blowing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sharon, thank you so much for being on the show. Nikki, it was lovely meeting you, and I wish you both all the best for the retreat. Hopefully, I'll see you there. Sharon and Nikki, I wish you all the best. Sharon, have a super week. Nikki, have a super week. Guys, contact them, follow them on all their social media platforms, and get booking. We're going to go into an ad break. We'll be right back.
It's Torga's Double Up Deal. You get 1 complete pair of multifocals for the office and a second pair with polarized lenses for driving from only $4,999, including frames and latest technology lenses.
You'll save 2,900 Rand and lots more.
Unlike others, at Torga there are no middlemen, no wild promotional promises, and no hidden costs. So save your medical aid savings. You won't overpay at Torga. Hurry, book online now at togooptical.co.za.
Moving can be a terrifying, stressful process, unless you're using House Hoppers. House Hoppers takes moving your home to the next level. We move it all, from the bedrooms to the garage, appliances to picture frames. We pack, move and unpack your home in a single day so that you'll feel like you've never left. We organize your cupboards, hang the curtains, connect the TVs, make the beds as if you did it yourself. Each job is supervised by one of our management team and carried out with exceptional attention to detail and an incredible degree of care. We even sort out your utility accounts. With over 15 years of experience and thousands of homes moved, we pride ourselves in turning your most stressful day into a hassle-free experience. Contact us today and we'll send a friendly consultant to quote on your local, national or international move. House Hoppers, more than just a move.
Welcome back to GMNC. As everybody knows, Ukraine has been on everybody's minds. And this morning I'm going to be chatting to Carolyn and Natali, and we're going to be chatting about a fundraiser run that's happening this coming Friday with Hunt Properties. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves. Natali, tell us who you are.
I'm from Ukraine, from Crimea. If you know history, 8 years ago, Crimea got taken by Russia from Ukraine.
My word. And you live in Belito?
Yes.
So this is very difficult for you to be watching what's going on the other side of the world.
And you cannot help and do anything for this.
My word. And Carolyn, tell us about yourself.
So, yeah, I'm a local Belito. We've been living here permanently for the last 4 or 5 years. We're from Johannesburg. And we are a bunch of girls that like to keep fit by walking. We call ourselves the walkie-talkies because we walk and talk.
Lovely.
And so on our walks, I mean, the first time I think we saw Natali coming out of her house to exercise, because obviously she also likes to exercise every day, and with a very heavily pregnant tummy. So as we do, we wanted to know, how are you going to do this? You know, you don't have very far to go or very long to go. And we chatted, and she said to me that she's from the Ukraine. So I just remembered that. And then last Friday, she came gliding past us girls walking it out, and she just glides past as she does. And I just immediately reached out and said, aren't you from the Ukraine? Like, how is your family? Because obviously we were all thinking about what we can do, and it was really bothering me particularly, like, what can we do? I'm sure there's something we can do.
Absolutely.
And after talking to Natali, we were sitting having coffee, and we said, let's do a run. Let's do a walk, run, family, and we'll raise money that way.
And obviously Hunt Properties do their runs.
Well, yes, we kind of got going, and we sat and spoke and decided what we could do. That was on the Friday, and then I went to see them at the Quick Spa, Ed at the Quick Spa.
Yes.
And he immediately was on board. I hadn't even finished telling him what we want to do. And Diego from Concha, again, immediately on board. And they both said to me, go and speak to Ryan, who was absolutely amazing at Hunt Properties, and just took it, you know, said, let's just piggyback on our run that's already in place. We needed something more urgent. You know, what we were going to plan was going to take a little while.
Well, yes. So this is happening this coming Friday. Yes. So the details of the run, what time does it start? Do people need to pre-register, or can they just pitch on Friday morning?
Yes, there will be a flyer that will go out.
Yes, which we'll share with our viewers.
Yes. A run starts at 5:30 morning.
Okay.
People can just come. We register when it starts.
Okay. And if people don't necessarily want to run or can't run but want to donate, how do they get in touch with you ladies?
Well, I think they can just go on to Web Tickets and purchase a ticket if they would like to. The ticket will be 200 rand.
Yes.
Which would obviously, but the main thing is, you know, where the money is going to go, and we really want to focus on the elderly. As Natali had said, they can't get out of Kiev, they can't get out of the cities because they're too frail, and the animals. which is really what is on a lot of people's mind, is the dogs and the cats and the...
So the logistics, so people who are doing the run or buy a ticket and want to donate, where is that money going to? Who on that side's helping you?
We donate now to company what deliver and give people and soldier and women and children and animals water for free.
Wow.
Because water is big problem now, destroys a lot of municipality construction.
Yes.
And water, electricity is big problem now. So we donate now to company what produce and give water for free for people.
Okay.
But if some people want to donate more, I can give official foundation who collect all this donation.
Okay, so this is for a basic necessity, which is water, and it's for the, like you say, the elderly, the children, the animals.
And it's cold.
Yes,
it's still a start of spring in
Ukraine,
and it's very cold. It's 1 degree, 0 degrees, -5 at night, still snowing. So people now collect snow to get some water. Melt snow, yes.
Wow. Well, our Belito TV team and our GMNC team will obviously be staying in touch with you ladies to find out what other events you're going to be planning. And we will share with our viewers your contact details. And yeah, I think let's just invite everybody out on Friday morning, like you've said, 5:30, 5K hunt, run or walk. You don't have to run, you can walk. And yeah, just keep a lookout. If you're not able to attend the run, obviously go on to Web Tickets and purchase a ticket for 200 Rand. And yeah, just thank you ladies, and our hearts go out to everybody who, you know, is in Ukraine and in Kiev and going through this difficult time, and whatever we can do, we're here to assist you. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And looking forward to staying in touch and seeing how else we can assist you going forward.
That'll be great. We'll have some other things
Thank
planned.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
To our viewers out there, thank you so much for joining us this morning on the show. To our sponsors, and to Lamontan and Vita Spas for being our hosts today. We close out with a music video, so enjoy that, and GMNC will be back with you again on Friday morning at 6 a.m. Till then, stay safe.
Hi, I'm Maria from Waka Travel Leisure and Corporate from Durban, Umhlanga. With over 20 years experience and 8 years of operation, we are so excited to see travel slowly opening up again after a long 18 months during these COVID times. We specialize in domestic and international worldwide travel and cater to the needs of each individual traveler's preference and budget. Excellent service is our #1 priority, so booking trips for special occasions, birthdays, honeymoons, anniversaries, be sure to know we will go the extra mile to make sure it's a memorable and unforgettable trip. So, whether you want to go to famous Mauritius, Seychelles, Maldives, we have the place for you. Do you want to go cruising the Med, the Caribbean? We've got the cruise lines for you and give you all the information you need to cruise the best holiday ever. Or do you want to go to Mexico, arriba? Whatever your heart desires, we have the place for you to go. Give Waka Travel a call on 031 562 0764 or find us on Facebook under Waka Travel Leisure and Corporate, where you can message, email or WhatsApp us anytime for your inquiries. We look forward to making your travel dreams come true, because travel is the only thing that we buy that makes us richer.
sy was die basis van verdraagsaamheid. Die stilte te dier om te koop. Universiteit te ver om te loop. Die verkenner van my hart het weggekruip in die Weskus sand. Haar lippe was so sag soos die onverkende smaak van 'n bottel wyn. Ek's 'n fisikus, 'n Einstein en sy was die botaniese tuin. Haar trane was reën en die droogte het in my verdwyn. Dis 'n boksgeveg, 12 ronde, soos 'n tyd om se long wat te kort is. En nu kom almal vir ons hande klap, ons het die spoor van liefde toegetrap, my hart se vlakke afgekap vir haar. En uiteindelik het die ys gesmelt, en die prins van liefde word haar held. Dan word die prins van liefde weer haar held. 'n boheemse komponis het geglo as hy vlug vind hy vrede. Want as 'n rede om liefde te word, want vrede maak liefde gezond. Dis 'n boksgeveg, 12 rondes, soos 'n tyd bom se lont wat te kort is. En nu kom almal vir ons hande klap, ons het die spoor van liefde toegetrap, my hart se vlakke afgekap vir haar. En uiteindelik het die ys gesmelt, en die prins van liefde word haar held. Dan word die prins